Alright, everybody, that time of weekend for the weekly recap from Tones and Neco. How's it going? I'm Tones alongside Neco on the screen, and we are just getting things started here with a little Thursday night football action, but we'll talk about that later. First topic of the night we will be talking about is the mysterious Jonathan Martin versus Richie Incognito case, and now we're joined here by Neco. Neco, whose side you taking here, and what's your take on this story?
When the story first came out, I was definitely sided with Jonathan Martin because everyone made Incognito out to be a bully and a prick and a racist and all those things. But as the story progressed, you found out that maybe Jonathan Martin took this the wrong way, that it was just a typical rookie prank, and he was kind of weak-minded about the whole thing. And talking to some of the Dolphins players, they wouldn't welcome Martin back because he broke the code in the locker room. So I definitely side with Incognito.
You know what? I agree with that. I'm pretty much on the same boat. When this first thing exploded to the media, it sure did seem like it was Richie Incognito causing this, especially because the background of Incognito hasn't been known as one of the friendliest guys in the locker room. But now that you look into it, you got Jonathan Martin, an NFL player, a grown-up, let's remember, accusing he's getting bullied. I just don't. I don't really see where he's coming from. If you're an NFL player, you're hanging out with Richie Incognito, you're posting pictures together on Twitter. All of a sudden this bully stuff comes up and you're trying to point fingers at Incognito. Listen, it's one thing to say that you're getting bullied, and it's one thing to go behind your team's back like Jonathan Martin did. And Jonathan Martin, to me, is therefore more at fault and is snitch in this scenario. But that's just my put on it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
And then not only, we could side off from the Jonathan Martin, Richie Incognito saga for a while because that's taken over the mainstream sports. And we do have hockey on a lot, 7 days a week. How are the Blackhawks doing, Nikos? Catch us up with some Blackhawks hockey.
All right. The Blackhawks are currently second in the Central Division and fourth overall in the Western Conference at 10 wins, 2 losses, and 4 overtime or shootout losses. Patrick Kane leads the team with 9 goals. Duncan Keith leads with 12 assists. Jonathan Taves leads with 14 points. And Corey Crawford is 9-2-3 with a 2.1 goals against average and a .921 save percentage. So if the Blackhawks can keep up this pace, they should be in good position in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I follow hockey a little bit, but not necessarily as much as you. But to me, it just seems like Blackhawks are going to be one of these teams who will be around and good for a while. They got what it takes, and for the past couple of years, they've been competing year in and year out. So that's what you love to see from your home city hockey team. And we do have Bulls basketball going on right now, too. Bulls aren't looking too strong start out the gate. They are 1-3, but that's why it's early. That's why it's basketball. The Knicks are at the bottom, too. And you got the Nets, who are only at 2-2. D Rose is like Chicago expected. He's not all the way back yet. He'll have his kinks for now. Boozer's been playing well. Gibson's been playing well. Listen, this team can only get stronger. A starting 5 that contains guys like Rose, Butler, Noah. You really got 5 potential all-star candidates, and to see the Bulls keep up this negativity, this 1-3 for too much longer, I personally can't see it. Tom Thibodeau's a great coach. Although you do have the Pacers 5-0, they'll be tough to overcome. The Bulls suffered a defeat to them the other night. Bulls played them tough. Bulls almost came out with that win. So Bulls fans, although 1-3, it's not really what it looks like. Yes, it's bad. No one likes to start 1-3, but I don't know. Neco, do you have any say about the Bulls?
I think the Bulls will be fine. It's very early in the season. I don't think they will win the division. However, I think the Pacers do win the division because of how strong of a team they are. They have always been, the past 2 seasons, have been one step away. And I think this year they will win the division. They definitely have a chance at a title, but the Bulls will definitely be okay.
Yeah, and with all that Indiana talk, I agree. Indiana only got better by adding Luis Scola this offseason. Their bench is one of the best. 5-0, good start to Indiana. And now that we talked about two Chicago teams, we will be talking about the Cubs. And there's a new face in the managerial position. Rick Renteria, Padres' old bench coach. I don't really see where the Cubs are coming from with this one. I'm a diehard Cubs fan. I watch games all summer long just to see my Cubs under succeed just about every year, and I don't think they made the right move on this one. Renteria barely he was a player, but not a great one, barely played, and then you're not going to hire a guy with managerial position experience. You're Chicago. You're a big sports team. Look at the White Sox. We found out they were struggling with Ventura. If you're going to do something like this, at least hire a guy who was familiar with the Cubs and Ryan Sandberg last year, in my eyes. I don't know. I don't think Renteria brings much to the table. We'll see. Do you have any take on this, or what are you thinking as a White Sox fan?
As a White Sox fan, I agree with you. I think the Cubs made a mistake in who they hired. There's, like you said, Ryan Sandberg definitely would have been a better option. I don't know why they think a bench coach from the Padres is going to be the difference between making the playoffs and not. So I don't see where they're coming from at all.
That's just that. A bench coach from the Padres pretty much sums up the Cubs' managerial hire. Again, Rick Renteria, best of luck, and we'll see what happens with Renteria as the baseball season is progressing through the off-season stages. And football fans, we do have a Thursday night game on tonight. The Vikings just jumped out to a 31-27 lead in the fourth quarter. Just to catch you up a little bit, Christian Ponder, who started the game with Minnesota quarterback, just exited the game on a scramble to the 1-yard line, and Adrian Peterson bulldozed his way from 1 yard out for his second touchdown of the game. Minnesota's leading 31-27. I personally thought Minnesota was going to win this game. Neco, what did you expect from a game like this between two underachieving teams?
But I thought the Redskins were going to win this game because RG3 is starting to show flashes of what he was able to show last year. Their defense isn't great, but Minnesota's offense, other than Adrian Peterson, isn't that great. I saw the Redskins winning this game, but if they don't step it up right now, the Vikings will end up with a victory.
Yeah, RG3 and Adrian Peterson, that's always fun to watch. Two great players going at it. RG3 showing what he could do, has multiple throwing touchdowns, and AP has multiple rushing touchdowns. Still about 8 minutes left in the game, so we'll see where that goes. And we're going to add a little something in here. We have extra time, and we're going to look forward to the football games we're looking forward to most this weekend. The game I'm looking forward to most this weekend is actually the Denver Broncos against the San Diego Chargers, and that is because, as many of you know, Broncos coach John Fox went out, and it'll be interesting to see how interim head coach Jack Del Rio takes over. He pretty much said, Peyton, it's your offense to run and I'll run the defense, but anytime you lose a head coach against a division rival, we'll see how that turns out. I think Broncos will win, but who knows with a new coach. Neco, what do you think about this Broncos situation going on?
I think they definitely will miss John Fox's presence on the sideline. Jack Del Rio is obviously more defensive-minded than he is offensive, and like you said, he basically gave the reins to Peyton Manning. But having Peyton Manning as your quarterback, it's almost like having another offensive coordinator or another offensive-minded head coach. So I think the Broncos will be fine, but they do play, I think the rest of their opponents are either at or above 500, and they got a hard stretch here, 4 games, 3 of them of which are on the road.
Yeah, the Broncos should be fine, but they do have the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs laying at the top of the division. And already, it's crazy as it sounds, it's already been 9.5 minutes. Neco, give us a little wrap-up here.
All right, guys, make sure you tune in on Sunday around 7 o'clock for an NFL special, and you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, what Neco said, we're going to have NFL recaps on Sunday, and we'll get this show to you either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday every week, aiming for Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Tones, Neco. Have a good weekend. Be safe, people.